What's going on, people? It's your boy Cal Wu, and welcome back to planetwu's Anime Awards Show for 2022 Part 2. Once again, thanks for rocking with us. So I'm gonna, like always, I'm gonna read my list and G Money's list. I'm gonna start with my list first. So let's dive right into it. Best story of 2022 is Summertime Rendering. Me and G Money both chose this as our best story for 2022. The reason I chose it is because I felt like out of all the anime from last year, it had the biggest payoff as far as the conflict and the resolution goes. To whereas, like, if they didn't fix the conflict, it would have the biggest adverse in their universe as a whole. Like, I mean, like, human ending catastrophe, like take over the world. Everything is human existence and life is over. So that's why I chose that as mine. Plus the characters, how the characters came together, how they interact and things of that nature. I just felt like it was just chef's kiss. G Money, on the other hand, he chose it because, you know, upon watching it, he felt like it would be a typical Looper anime. And we've seen, you know, the Looper anime as far as like Erased, which kind of like brought it to the forefront in the new age of anime, or things like ReZero, or even last year Tokyo Revenger also was like a very big and popular one. But this anime for G Money had the biggest series of what ifs and pulled off very, very extremely well, just interesting plot twists and forms and just ideas of what could happen and what did happen and how to go back and then try and fix it and figure out what happens. And then and what made it great was the fact that they gave it a sci-fi element of like the whole invasion of the body snatchers type setup. So G Money was like, yo, this is crazy, this is great, the story is compelling, and he felt like it put it all together and weaved it together to create this perfect story. And that's why he felt like it was the best story in 2022. And I completely agree. Best action scene, I chose Ninja Saves Maid from Akiba Maid. I just felt like the main character in Akiba Maid was such like a bubbly and life is great and everything is grand type character. And then this is the moment where we see that shift in her, where she like, okay, in this underground society of like maid gangs and, you know what I'm saying, and maid bosses and shit like that, it's kill or be killed. And the only way I can save my friends is to be the killer at this point and go out, and I gotta kind of be the aggressor. And we watch her be the aggressor in this scene, and she does it as a ninja, and it's so cold. So that's why that won my best action scene. I just felt like the character in the situation I was in and how the character completely changed, and the animation for the scene was nuts too. G Money's best action scene from 2022 is from Spy Family, that underground tennis tournament. G Money is a fan of sports stuff. You know, he don't always tend to be fans of sports stuff, but he have his moments when he do, and he just felt like this moment was a highlight for sports anime, even though Spy Family is a slice of life. And he just felt like the animators just flexed and gave us a top-notch sequence between all the characters. And then you got to see Lloyd and Fiona, I'm sorry, go absolutely ape shit in that doubles game and just be the top-notch spies that they are. And he just felt like that was just crazy. And we got to see a dynamic in the main character that we haven't seen before, and then also be introduced to a new side character, a support character. So he felt like that was just great. Best duo, so the tag teams, best duo or pairing. Me, I chose Chisato and Takina from Licorice Recoil. The reason I chose them over all the other duos, because I just felt that these two were the perfect contrast as far as duos go and teams go. Where you got Chisato's that's this very like happy-go-lucky, carefree, like, I don't care what's gonna happen, I'm gonna do this because this is what I believe in. Even to the point of like, you know, both of them working for this organization that are like meant to kill people and things of that nature. She just took the like, I'm not killing nobody, a no killing clause. So she rather capture people and stop people on these dangerous missions, regardless of them shooting real bullets. She used rubber bullets and things of that nature. And I just loved her character and how bubbly she was. And then you got Takina, that's like a real like buy the books, kill or be killed. These dudes are shooting real bullets at us. I'm gonna shoot them in the face with a real bullet. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna kill these people and just be done and over and done with this mission, and not have to worry about retaliation or anybody coming back or residuals for organizations to be able to come back because they still exist. And then watching Takina kind of acquiesce to Chisato's wants as far as like not killing people and things of that nature, and then her start doing more like, okay, I'm not gonna shoot him in the head, so I'm gonna shoot him in the leg to kind of take him down, or shoot him in the arm to take him down, or shoot these bolo bullets that'll wrap them up and take them down. So it's, and like I love the contrast and the conversations that they had, where one being real serious and one just being like happy go lucky. I love that duo so much. G Money's choice is Yaika and Kirishima from Yakuza Babysitter. The thing is G Money is an uncle, and he's a newer uncle. His niece is about 2, maybe 3, so fairly new. And he's been helping his sister take care of his niece. So he kind of sees this, their relationship as kind of like a reflection or a mirror to him and his niece's relationship. And and he wrote an article about it, you know, where he mused about it and things of that nature on planetwu.com. So if you're interested in reading it, go ahead and go read it. And he just felt like watching this Yakuza, the devil of the Yakuza, this killer, just kind of turn and mold and adapt to being like a protective, you know, a protector, and kind of being fun and happy-go-lucky, and going from this like pit bull that you got on a leash to kind of being like this docile guy that's, you know, just trying to interact with this child and do his best to take care of his boss's kid and things of that nature. And watching how he deal with his traumas and try not to pawn his traumas off onto this child. So it just created this great bond and this great storyline between the two characters, and that's why G Money chose that. Best direction. Me and G Money both chose Summertime Rendering. What can, like I said, I can't sing enough praises about this anime just based on like what it gave us in comparison to what the anime of last year gave us. The direction was very strong from the start. Within the first episode, you saw exactly where this anime was going. You saw that it was a whole body snatchers, you saw that it was a body snatching thing. You saw that the stakes were very high, that if things didn't get fixed, a lot of people were going to die, people that he cared about. You also learned very quickly that this was a looper anime. So you learned a lot of things very quickly about the direction of this anime, and they did a good job of keeping you on a leash and kind of dragging you along or leading you along the storyline while keeping you guessing of like, yo, I wonder what's going to happen next. And then just like I said, the twists and the turns and just how it just unfolds and just the originality. And pretty much G Money shares that same. He just felt like it just, the direction that it went in was the best and the strongest of last year. Especially how the story unfolded and how they led you along, and the origin and limitations of the different powers and the characters and what everybody does, and the villain is just, it just was very cohesive. It was perfection, honestly. Best Isekai. Me and G Money shared this one as well. We both chose Isekai Oji-san, or Isekai Uncle. I chose it because I just felt that it was hilarious. It was kind of like a reverse isekai where the main character wakes, or technically you can call him a main, but technically kind of like a side character, and his nephew's the main character in a sense. It's kind of weird how they did it, but you kind of give them both main characters, and how he wakes up from a coma, and he was isekai while he was in a coma, so his consciousness went to another world and his body was still here. And then how he just lived, and he kind of like got magic now in the real world, and he uses this magic to kind of show them what he went through while he was in the other world. And it just creates this interesting dynamic of like, okay, this guy is clueless. Okay, man, this was a great adventure between him, his nephew, and his nephew's childhood friend. And I just love how they interacted, and it was great. G Money, he chose it because he felt like it was the most unique isekai of last year, and he's always been a fan of reverse isekais. where he felt like it gave the uncle, it pretty much showed the uncle's escapades on what he did while he was out and about, in the other world, and it kind of gave a lot of it gave a lot of laughter. Not even kind, it gave a lot of laughter just watching the series and just seeing how powerful he was and how clueless he was, and the things that he did to kind of break the universe. He just felt like it was great, and it gave a lot of interesting and unique ideas as far as isekai goes, and I can't disagree with them. And last but not least for this episode, best winter anime. Me and G Money once again share the same one. My Dress Up Darling won best winter anime for the both of us. um for me personally, I love the interaction between the two characters. Um, Especially once you kind of start diving into the history of like their backgrounds, where the main character kind of had this thing where he comes from a long line of doll clothes. He makes clothes for dolls, and then him taking that passion, and then him having his own living doll at that point with his co-host, the second main character, and they kind of use that together in their interaction, and how he kind of, you can tell he's falling in love with her, and then she loves him and loves his talent, and just where the anime went. And I just felt like out of all the winter anime, that was just the best one. G Money, it was hard for him to choose. It was between that and Love After World Domination. But he had to go with My Dress Up Darling, and the reason he did is because he felt like it was a very charming love story involving an inspiring cosplayer and a doll maker who makes outfits, and he just kind of felt like their interaction together was just perfection. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I chose it, and he just felt like out of all the winter anime, that gave him he looked forward to that anime the most, and solidified his huge fandom behind the Gyaru main character that Marin gives you. And he, like I said, he just felt like it was just great. We both felt like this was great, and that's why we both chose it. And I'm gonna tell you this: me and G Money, we don't talk about our list until we're completely done with it. So the fact that we got all these overlaps is completely by coincidence. We kind of just gotta, I'm not even gonna say we have the same taste, but we kind of see certain things the same way as far as stories go. And yeah, once again, this is Calwool from planetwu. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the video. Those are free. That's the best way you can support us, so we can keep putting out content constantly. Also, go check out planetwu.com. I'll put the link of that below. We got merch there. Like I said, we write articles. If you're interested in doing an anime game show with us called Throne of Nerds, we live stream that. You can watch that on the channel as well to kind of see what it is. And we'll be doing cash prizes at the end for the grand champion. So yeah, check us out, rock with us. And once again, this is Calwool from planetwu signing off. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Ironic.